And now for part 12, the final chapter. With my Jam-X deal ending and the lawsuit over, I had a record that I produced at Jam-X that was on the country charts. So as a last-ditch effort to save my career, I moved to Nashville, hired a PR agent, and tried to work my way into the Good Old Boys network there. I was unable to do it, even though I had friends in power at the time. Came back to Phoenix with my tail between my legs, didn't know what I was going to do. Went to LA, took some career counseling at a firm in Westwood, and it cost me around $3,000. And the bottom line of that was, I should be a therapist. And I said to the people at the firm, what do you think I've been doing for the last 15 years? So in 1984, I was doing my second to last session on Bobby Brooks. The final one would be in 1986. And Ron Reynolds, my friend and Hall of Fame engineer in country music, worked with me on the Bobby Brooks sessions. And when we concluded, I went to the airport, and at the bookstore in the airport, there was this little $9.99 book that said, Find Your Perfect Career. I thought, well, I can answer these quizzes on the plane on the way back to LA. This might be kind of fun. So as the plane is getting ready to land in LA, I totaled up all the answers, and the book said, computers. I thought, well, man, you get what you pay for, $9.99. I don't know the first thing about computers. Oh my. Shortly thereafter, there was a job in the LA Times that was offered by Computerland of Glendale, and it was a computer sales job. So I took it as a means of income while I was working at getting Bobby Brooks a record deal. The owner of the Computerland franchise pulled me aside after a couple of months and said, John, you're selling hardware just fine, but you could be selling a lot more if you weren't spending such significant time with these clients on their small business needs. And a light bulb went off, and I thought, oh my, that's what I really like. Working with clients with small business needs. Cutting to the chase, by the end of 1986, and Born on the Bayou was cut with Bobby Brooks, my favorite cut since Grazing in the Grass. I knew for a fact that my career was over. I couldn't place Bobby. Things were in trouble. And I had been working at pickup computer jobs that whole time between 1984 and 1986. That's when I accepted a position from Computerland Mesa, Arizona, as their software support guy working, wait for it, with small businesses and their needs. I have been doing that now for the past 30 years, and I love it. Nowadays, I do everything from cleanup of viruses and various infections and clutter to website design, video editing, audio editing. I've edited a couple of documentaries. The amazing thing about today's technology is that in terms of the support issues, I can do 90% of them via remote control. I can sit right here at my desk and log on to the client's computers and fix them without having to get in the car and drive anywhere. It's just wonderful. The fact is that back in the mid-'80s, I started taking my music friends examples of what could be done on a personal computer, and I remember thinking at the time, you know, John, this is a much more useful function. You watch people's eyes light up, and these music executives are saying, I didn't know we could do that. I didn't know we could pop up our calendar and pop up our notes and automatic dial our clients, all of this. And I thought, oh my, I had been spending years in the studio overdubbing all night long, everything from drum clicks to hand claps to wood boards slapped together. And for the most part, nobody wanted the stuff I was producing anyway, and the stuff I had been producing for the major labels, most of it wasn't being promoted. I felt like I was sitting in a room all by myself making music that nobody would ever hear. So to be taking around to the very same people who didn't want my music various technologies that intrigued them, inspired them, and they did want, seemed like a far better career. And in fact, with 30 years this year's of doing it, I am thrilled. I don't necessarily make a lot of money doing it. I did as a trainer for a period of time in the 90s where I was earning $500 a day, 4 days a week, out and around the country for SkillPath seminars. Also a similar rate for Intel Corporation as a trainer for them. But for the most part, I've never remarried. I've lived very humbly. Behind me, you can see the room of my little guest house that's on a pasture here in Gilbert, Arizona. It has 6 hens, 2 roosters, 2 horses, a miniature goat, and 3 dogs. When I open my front door to read a novel, I'm overlooking a pasture. I love it. My needs are very simple now. Serenity is number 1. Back in 1981, my second wife, Mary Mather, said, "You know, John, you've had a lot of therapy, but you have no spiritual program whatsoever." And I made a joke of it at the time, and I said, "And I'm proud of it." Well, in fact, she planted the seed, and from 1981 on, I made it a quest to find my own serenity. Part of that came from joining Alcoholics Anonymous twice. I have 20 years of sobriety now. But a lot of it came from seminars, workshops, books, further therapy, other practitioners. I've now arrived at a place where my life is less dysfunctional, much more serene, and though I'm not in the spotlight anymore, I'm a much happier person. Do I miss making music? Not really. All I can say is that there appears to be a divine plan for all of us, and mine I never would have guessed. This long and winding road has taken me to a place I never could have imagined, and I'm very grateful for it. Thank you for watching.